More than 7 million people in Canada have now applied for emergency COVID-19 aid benefits. There is concern that hidden in that massive number could be some fraudulent claims. The Canada Revenue Agency says it plans to clean up those claims, but it will be some time before that happens. As we go to Ottawa, Ashley Burke is following the story for us. CBC News learning some of the details of how, Ashley, the CRA is planning to crack down on those potentially fraudulent claims.
Yeah, this is a concern for the government, but it's not the priority right now. This was a $35 billion program that it was money that was rushed out the door to help as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. And now my colleague Catherine Cohn has confirmed through CRA officials that there are plans in the works. There are new measures that they are working on to go back and to clean up fraudulent cases. But that won't happen right now. They're looking at doing this around the next tax season time. And some of those new measures including asking employers for their month-to-month summary of how much employees made during the pandemic so they can cross-reference that with people that received the benefit. They want to make sure people are being honest, and the majority they say are, but there are cases where people are taking advantage of the system. They are getting this $2,000 a month when they should not qualify. It's only supposed to be for people who have been forced out of work because of the pandemic. Now, yesterday, the federal employment minister was on Power and Politics, and here's what she had to say.
The fact is, if people should get this benefit, like the CERB, and we realize they were ineligible, we will get the money back from them, right? And there's not going to be penalties, and we're not going to punish people if they did it in good faith. But at the end of the day, there's rigor at the end of the process, and we will figure that all out.
So she says the focus isn't on penalizing people, but they do want to get this money back. And some of the new details that Catherine learned about is the fact that they have some automatic checks to make sure that when someone applies for the CERB, that they're going to come up as a red flag. So, for example, making sure that people who aren't under 15 aren't using the name of someone who's deceased, aren't incarcerated. Those are some of the red flags. They also have another system, a verification system, where they can flag others that are at high risk and ask for more information. So, for example, perhaps a senior with a pension, they could go back and say, look, can you give us some more information to back up your claim?
Every day, almost, Ashley, there's an announcement from the federal government, and we know all of these programs are costing billions and billions of dollars. There are plenty of questions about how Ottawa will play for all of this. And the Finance Minister, Bill Morneau, was a guest last night on that CBC News town hall. Let's listen together to this, and then, or do you want to talk about it a little bit before we listen? What would you prefer? Want to hear it together?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. The parliamentary budget officer. Yeah.
The best way we can come out of this afterwards is if we have a strong economy, if we can actually afford, if we can grow the economy so that we can actually deal with the challenge that we're going to face in getting to a restart. That will be the most important thing.
Right.
We're not thinking about raising taxes. What we're thinking about is preserving our economy for the future.
So there you go, Ashley. Just to set that up, as he was talking to Rosemary Barton and making it clear that we're not thinking about that, she asked a couple of times. What did you hear in his answer?
Well, exactly. The parliamentary budget officer has predicted that the federal deficit will be more than $250 billion. And you heard Morneau say there that he's not interested, they're not considering raising taxes. But on the issue of eventually paying off the debts incurred from this crisis, he did say as well last night that he knows, quote, they will need to face up at some point to those challenges.
Ashley, thank you so much. In Ottawa, Ashley Burke on the federal story for us.